absolutely would not be where I am today if it wasn't for my sister's support and encouragement. When we were on airplanes as babies, our parents didn't want to be embarrassed by us crying, so they fed us booze.
A teaspoonful of Drambuie did the trick. And maybe sometimes, in your case, more than a teaspoonful. I remember when you were about 3 or 4, you got this big wheel. And you used to ride around on it with your bib backwards because you were a little obsessed with superheroes.
It's pretty rad to use your bib as a cape when you're like 3 years old.
You had delusions of grandeur even then. You were a handful. I mean, Mom always said if you'd been first, you'd have been an only child.
Yeah. When Jackass came out, I'd be signing my autograph all the time, but I didn't even realize I was unintentionally drawing a dick every time I did it. Some guy's like, yo, I got your autograph tattooed on me, and I was like, whoa. Now every time I autograph something, I'm drawing it on purpose. Now I'm doing autographs on my new pro model skateboard. Gymnastics rings. It's for skateboard training. My double kickflip's been gone for years. Now we can make a half pipe.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
In that apartment that I recorded Cribs in, you and I shared a lady one time.
Yes, we did. Well, I wanted to just go to bed, but you and the lady were insisting that I come over to the house. And all of a sudden, the lady jumped on you.
Yeah. We've known each other for almost 25 years. Mm-hmm. Half our lives, we've been getting completely radical together.
Yep.
And we're 50 years old. We look great.
Yep.
And we're still madly in love with each other.
We're still madly in love, and we're still working.
Dude, I love Australia. But Vegemite's disgusting, by the way. You gotta get it down. Check out my man Tyler.
Yeah, dude.
He's been collecting photos, in photos, in photos, in photos. Yeah. So rad, dude. I've developed relationships with some of the raddest people on earth, like Austin Keane. When I saw him throw the skimboard down and skim out to the fucking boat's wake, I was like, can I post that? Next thing you know, I'm using him as a surfboard. Super cool. And then there was this guy, Marley Wiz, who I saw on a motorcycle sliding on his feet. I thought it was so rad. Next thing you know, I'm on the back of his motorcycle with him while he's doing a wheelie. And he couldn't believe what a pussy I was. I just don't like situations like that where I have no control, you know?
Okay, I need a break.
I flew to Europe and got arrested for international drug smuggling. I decided to film this bit where I would put a bunch of weed into a condom, tie it in a knot, swallow it, and then fly to another country and crap it out and smoke it. But I put too much weed in the condom, so it got stuck in my throat and I was puking up blood trying to get it out. Still stuck in my throat. It was so gnarly. But I went ahead and got on the plane and flew to Sweden. And that package of weed did not come out for 6.5 days. So I started to think I was going to die of intestinal strangulation or something. And the whole time I was in Sweden, I was just saying it in every interview. So the Swedish cops read the newspaper and they decide to come arrest me. The morning after I crapped it out finally and smoked it all. In the first movie, I don't think I went to the hospital at all. Not even once. And then the second movie, I hurt my back when they shoved me down the stairs on the bellhop cart, but that was in the credits. On the third movie, I went to the hospital after the band broke my nose.
All fun and games. Till someone breaks their nose.
My scariest injuries were on the fourth Jackass movie, Jackass Forever. What I didn't predict was that I would actually get knocked out by the treadmill itself, be unconscious, and then get spit out and hit my head a second time on the concrete. As a matter of fact, we went to the hospital way more on this movie than any of the ones before it, I think. I entered into a medical study for money. The more dangerous the study, the more they pay. So I went in for the most dangerous shit I could possibly sign up for.
Like what?
A medical study to test on people a drug for pigs and cows. So the pigs and cows would have more muscle, less fat, and have a leaner meat to appeal to a more health conscious consumer.
Interesting.
And a trace amount of this drug being in the meat would enter the human body and as such needs to be tested. The goal of the study was someone's resting heart rate had to reach 150 beats a minute. Yeah. The drug was called racdopamine hydrochloride, and I got paid $2,000.
It's good money though.
It was supposed to be 1,200, but they didn't get
Enough volunteers.
They didn't get enough heartbeats per minute. So they asked us, could we extend the study? We're going to give you more money. And everybody said yes. The craziest surprise gifts I've ever received from a fan of Black Widow Spider. People gathered around. Everybody's excited. I'm like, let me put it in my mouth.
I'll do it.
I remember being so mad because Scott didn't get good footage of it coming out of my mouth. So one could speculate it was never even in there. But it was. I came up with the idea a few years ago to get a boob job.
If you go through this,
I mean,
X5 will pay for that.
Oh, wow.
And pay to have them taken out. Look, I just so happen to have my checkbook with me. It's not a problem.
Dude, that actually means a lot to me. Thanks. Tony Hawk, who was my very first podcast guest, drove my car while I skated over it in motion.
Oh.
And I will never stop thinking that is awesome.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Mewes.
Yeah, hello.
I told him about this idea I had to use a pitching machine to fire cans of liquid death mountain water into my face.
Cook-a-dookin'! Oh! You can see it just go cook-a-dee!
This footage has never been released before now.
2, 1!
You seriously bedoingled my job.
I didn't mean to bedoingle him, but I had to give him a little hip-a-dookin'.
I started smoking when I was 16 and stopped when I was 33.
Whoa.
Yeah, 17 years.
Do you feel any ill effects of it now? How's your cardio?
What fucked up my cardio was all that nitrous oxide, dude. I went through those Whip It cartridges.
Yeah.
There's 24 per box, and there's 25 boxes per case. So per case, there's 600 cartridges. And it was not unusual for me to go through 600 in like 24 hours.
What?
I took every measure to try to limit the air that went into my lungs to try to make it like all nitrous oxide. I would be like awake for 3 days and inhaling nothing but nitrous oxide. And at that point is when shit starts popping off. People are walking around my apartment who are never physically there.
So you're just seeing a bunch.
Oh, now I watched a dude walk through my apartment and pick up my bong and take a hit and blow out smoke, then like put it down, and the dude walked through the wall. He was never there.